Okay, Sunday, 7th of July, 2024. So, why election results don't dictate your success. Now, it's worth understanding in life that no matter what the scenario is, no matter what the political outcome is, no matter this or that or that or this or this, there is always fundamentally opportunity. Everywhere you look, everywhere we go, there's opportunity. Now, for those that may be unaware, there was a general election recently in the UK. And I tend to view elections as a political earthquake where everything changes politically. Society doesn't change too much, that takes time. But politically, the political landscape, the scenarios, the settings, the key players change virtually overnight. Yeah, basically. Certainly over 24, 48-hour period, but practically overnight when the election results come out, even as short as the exit poll. But the fundamental principle to understand is that no matter what the scenario in the world, the situation, in terms of political upheaval or beyond, panic, economic recession, there is always opportunity. There's always chance and opportunity to grow and to see growth and have and change and adapt. I can remember vaguely one day in cloudy and overcast Stafford, 2017. It must have been maybe 2018. Around that time, I was in Stafford. I was wearing a nice two-piece suit, and there were these people walking around for recording, interviewing people on the street for some channel. I don't know which one. I don't think it was TV. I think it was something on social media. And they asked me, "What do you think about the situation with Brexit?" And I remember saying to them that there's always opportunity out there in the world. That was back then, and still is true today. There's always opportunity, no matter what the scenario is. There's always chance and opportunity. Now, I would love to find that clip. It's out there somewhere in the world. Who knows where it could be? But I'd love to find that clip and, well, just see it. See if they used it in the end. But the point is, there's always opportunity. Case in point, the future Prime Minister, who will be the Conservative Prime Minister in 2039, that general election, he today is probably making moves, positioning himself what to do in terms of opposition party and how to handle things, making the connections, doing this and that and this and this, thinking long term. Because even though it's a good thing for one party, it's victory for one party. It's an opportunity for another party to reshape and to reorganize. Same with business, same with life. No matter who's in charge, of course, the technicalities, the specifics, different question. But no matter the scenario, there's opportunity. Again, the future Prime Minister today is making moves. Just how the Prime Minister today, in current number 10, 15 years ago, was making moves in the 2009, 2015, and even, naturally, 2019 general election. Even back then, making moves, maneuvering, positioning, creating, building, and whatever else. Thinking long term, that's very important in life. Thinking long term and realizing that no matter the scenario here or there, there's always opportunity. I did a video actually about this. There's always a deal to be made. Maybe a month or two ago. There's always a deal to be made. Talking to this person, that person, arranging this, arranging that. There's always a deal to be made. There's always something that can be done. And for example, a lot of companies over the past century or so came out and were a result of big crises, economic crises. GE, General Electric, Panic of 1893, IBM, post-Panic of 1907, Disney, post-World War One recession, Microsoft, 1973-75 recession, FedEx, 1969-70 recession, Trader Joe's, 1960-61 recession, CNN, 1980 recession, Airbnb, 2008 Great Recession. No matter what the scenario is, with their attitude, priorities, values, long-term thinking, connections, strategy, you name it, there's opportunity out there. That's why fundamentally it doesn't worry me. It doesn't worry me because the market's still going to be there. The customers are still going to be there. The fundamentals are still going to be there. People want my product and services. They're still going to be there. The headlines, the technicalities, the broad strokes might be different, but the market is still fundamentally there. The human need that I solve with my businesses is still fundamentally there. Case in point, no matter what happens in, say, political change, in elections, crops still grow, there's still traffic, still going to be rain, people still need to eat. These fundamental facts, these axioms of life, people need to eat, for example, those things fundamentally are still the same. There's a nice quote: the more things change, the more they stay the same, meaning the fundamentals are still the same. No matter who's in charge, no matter who's in power, people need to eat, for example. That's still true. No matter what happens, these big supermarkets, for example, of course, the technicalities, the broad strokes, they're still going to be there, yeah, for example. So it's worth understanding that election results don't dictate your success. I think a lot of that will be in here. And I think also in some ways that we are our own worst enemy, where we have self-imposed limitations. I see this all the time in different fields and different sectors. But still, I think that's quite profound. And I think also then maybe it's a case of being optimistic as well, without sounding too new agey. Optimistic, assertive, knowing, having clarity in your life, having clarity what you want and don't want, and working towards that, and being adaptable. Like yesterday's video, accept and adapt. Knowing what you want and being able to adapt to the new scenario, the new situation, the new scene, the new landscape, being able to adapt to it. That's important. So it's almost irrelevant. It's almost unimportant. It's important, but things are fundamentally still going to be the same. I once heard some congressman in some video in the USA said that the US government is like this big tanker ship. It takes time to move things because the sheer weight and energy and mass behind it, the US government in this context, takes time to move it. But when it does move it, it's a massive force of big thrust of energy. And that's what it's like in life. It takes time to see these big changes pushing forward in life. And then if you're in a little dinghy, zipping around here and there, moving around, achieving your things, whatever else. And then interesting as the bigger you become, business or more complex and more challenging and more detailed and specific things are, you have to manage it. But that's another conversation altogether. But even those, no matter how big or small you are, there's always opportunity. The ocean's big enough, you could say. But that's very important to understand. There's always a deal to be made. Accept and adapt. There's always something out there. There's always opportunity. And often in these big moments of crises, it could be a chance to rethink, double down on your own beliefs and own priorities and values, chance to reflect. People say that you learn more from defeat than from victory. I don't know about that. I agree in principle, but I think more nuanced. And I say, well, even if you're still humble and retrospective enough, even in victory, humble and retrospective enough, you can analyze what went wrong, what could have gone wrong, what did go wrong, what should not have gone wrong, or what should not have gone right. And then analyze. That's important, because that way then, no matter what happens out there, even if you win or lose, you're always learning and growing. It's powerful stuff, especially when winning. So to keep momentum going, keep pushing onwards and upwards in life. There's always opportunity. There's always more choices and challenges and things out there to push us forward in life. Very important. Very important. Yeah. Optimistic, whatever else. Powerful stuff. But otherwise, you will see me tomorrow.